36 of the Constitution. 3. Gross violations of Section 17 of the Public Officer Ethics Act, Sections 55, 59, 59A, 60, 62, 63, 64, and 65 of the County Governments Act, Section 4 of the Public Appointments County Assemblies Approval Act 2017, and variously abused his office by A. Skewed, uncompetitive, and nepotic appointments of the county employees of various cadres. For instance, the governor recently hired his own brother, one Victor Mutahi, as a revenue clerk. Similarly, the governor's personal assistant's wife, one Chepkirui Mercy, was recently hired as a nurse on contract basis. Who was recently hired as a nurse on contract basis was confirmed, yet there are a number of nursing staff who have been serving on contract for long without confirmation. B. Illegally appointing one Mrs. Alice Bett, now Judge of the High Court, as the county attorney when there was a substantive office holder, an act which the Employment and Labor Relations Court, the Honorable Lady Justice Wasilwa, affirmed was irregular, unprocedural, and unlawful in the case of Sang versus Governor Kericho County and two others, petition E001 of 2023. In that case, the governor was found by the court to be in gross violation of Article 73 and 232 of the Constitution, his actions found to be illegal and unconstitutional, and ordered to pay costs of Kenya shillings 2 million and costs personally. The governor has therefore been already adjudged to be in gross violation of the law and all the Assembly and the Senate. C. Causing the advertisement of the positions of doctors, nurses, early childhood education, ECDE teachers, just to endear himself politically when he knew the county government did not have capacity to hire. The applicants were subsequently not shortlisted, nor the alleged vacancies filled up. D. Illegally deploying health staff via the notice dated 22nd of July 2024 without any justification, authority, and involvement of County Service Board, thus creating a crisis in the health sector. E. Since his assumption of office, the governor has dismissed a total of 10 County Executive Committee CEC members, 6 chief officers, 2 chiefs of staff, among other senior staff, without any cause or reason, thus exposing the county to protracted litigation and the risk of huge compensation in damages. The governor has perpetuated this firing spree, not for any reason, but as a show of might, power, and authority, and that is where the abuse lies. Allegation 2, subversion, discrediting, and impeding of the oversight role of the County Assembly. On 3rd September 2024, the governor engaged in 1, gross misconduct, and 2, grossly violated the provisions of Articles 10, 73, 75, 174, and 185(3) of the Constitution, and abused his office by writing to the Speaker, purporting to direct the Speaker on, among other things, the timelines the Speaker should give the chief officers who are summoned by the Assembly for questioning in exercise of the Assembly's oversight mandate. Ground 3, gross misconduct. The particulars of this ground are as follows. Allegation 1, bullying, incitement, vilification of people and county staff. On various occasions, the governor has repeatedly engaged in 1, gross misconduct, and 2, gross violation of the provisions of Articles 10, 73, and 75 of the Constitution, and Sections 29 and 34 of the Leadership and Integrity Act by A. The governor has been operating with impunity as though he is above the law. On the second day of being sworn into office, the governor led a mob to invade a private land owned by one Mr. Josiah Kiplangat Kogo, within Kericho town and tore down the fence. The governor has since designated the subject land as an illegal dump site operated by the county government without the consent of the registered proprietor, the National Environment Management Authority NEMA approval, gazettement by the county designating the parcel as a dump site, and in total disregard of a court order issued by the Environment and Land Court in the case of Kericho, in Kericho in ELC petition number E001 of 2022, Josiah Kiplangat Kogo versus County Government of Kericho. The governor has also obstructed the enforcement of the orders by the police administration. The actions are illegal, contemptuous to the authority and dignity of the court and the rule of law, unethical, and demeaning the office the governor holds. Further, as a result of the illegal actions of the governor, the county was condemned to pay the costs. B, none of the dismissed CECs, CEOs, and chiefs of staff and other senior county staff were given fair administrative due process and hearing, thus violating the provisions of Articles 41, 47, and 51 of the Constitution. C, the governor has persistently intimidated, molested, harassed county officers who do not sing to his tune, leaving officers jittery and creating an atmosphere of fear, uncertainty, and despondency in the county, and thus creating a toxic work environment. This violates the provisions of sections 11 and 13 of the Leadership and Integrity Act 2012. D, the governor has persistently used divisive and unbecoming language which undermines the office he holds, contrary to Section 8 of the Leadership and Integrity Act 2012. And E, the acts of the governor enumerated above have collectively brought dishonor and disrepute into the office of the governor in violation of Chapter 6 of the Constitution and the Leadership and Integrity Act 2012. The Honorable Dr. Eric Kipkoech Mutahi, how do you plead to the three grounds? How do you plead to ground 1? How do you plead to ground 2? How do you plead to ground 3?
Governor, you may be seated.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Now I'll call upon the County Assembly. So the County Assembly, you have 30 minutes to make your opening statement. Thereafter, it will be followed by the governor's opening statement. It will also take 30 minutes.
Sorry, Mr. Speaker. Thank you so much, Mr. Speaker. Before we make the opening statement, there are certain preliminary matters that the County Assembly wished to raise. So with your permission, Mr. Speaker, I wish to be given the opportunity to raise them first.
You may proceed.
Thank you so much. Mr. Speaker, allow me to begin by raising the fairly simple and straightforward preliminary issue. By letter dated 24th August 2025 by the firm of HK Advocates on behalf of the County Assembly. Sorry, the record may not have caught my name. My name is Elisha Ongoya for the County Assembly of Kericho. And I think for members of the Senate on late note, Mr. Speaker, who may wonder whether Mr. Mutuma and I are actually on this side, we may say that the Kabrang rule has pressed us this side today. Mr. Speaker knows that better than I do. By letter dated 24th August 2025, H&K Law Advocates, acting for the County Assembly of Kericho, requested the clerk of this house to make special arrangements for one witness who suffers a physical disability in the nature of mobility impairment when that time comes. So that we don't struggle at the last minute, I would wish that Mr. Speaker directs that those arrangements be made as and when that witness is required to be put on the stand.
Yeah, those arrangements are going to be made.
Thank you so much. The second preliminary issue is also relating to another letter dated 24th August 2025 and addressed the clerk of this house. Just for context, you'll notice that among the filings made by the governor in his defense was a notice of preliminary objection, which was brought to the attention of the County Assembly when the documents were being exchanged at the clerk's designated area. In the circumstances, the County Assembly wrote to this house informing it that it will be seeking the leave of this house to file a response to the notice of preliminary objection.
I think, Council, that PO hasn't been raised yet. It's on record, but it's yet to be raised.
Thank you.
So you'll be given an opportunity to make that application once that PO has actually been raised.
Thank you. Having said that, Mr. Speaker, the final is a set of documents that we also wish to be permitted to be circulated to the senators. I'll just lay a brief context for this. There are documents which, Mr. Speaker, when you are informing the senators, you drew their attention to the documents that the County Assembly brought to this house accompanying the resolution of the County Assembly. Some of those documents, unfortunately, when we are now preparing the volumes for circulation, because of the number of volumes involved, were omitted among the documents that were delivered, and other documents were also referred to the various witness affidavits, and those documents were also omitted when we were producing the volumes because of the sheer number of volumes that were being produced. If you give me permission, Mr. Speaker, I can then draw your attention to the specific documents so that then you can consider whether or not to allow them.
You may proceed.
Thank you. Mr. Speaker, you'll remember, you read among the documents that the County Assembly